It had been many days since his family should have been back from the hunt. The weather was getting colder. The seas had been covered with ice. He was worried. Soon it would be too cold up here to survive. His family had left him enough food and fuel for the weeks they would be out hunting. But that was starting to run out. And this area, in the cold season, did not have the plant, animal, or mineral resources, even for one person to survive the long, long winter. All he had was this log house, the two dogs who were themselves untrained as either hunters or as sled dogs, and a few tools, plus, of course, his knowledge of the wild. Many of his tools could be still useful, even though worn. He would have to decide which items to take. Some of them would be useful in long-term survival, but in short-term, many of them would just be a burden. Even the house that had been their summer home would prove useful. He could take the wood and turn it into, for example, a boat. It was time. It was time to move on. He needed to collect more resources to prepare himself for the long journey ahead. Night was coming. It would be a good time to craft. Paper could help him start fires more easily. Wood would have to be turned into other items he could use. For example, while he never thought of a lack of water as being dangerous, there are certain areas in the world where water would be needed, and he would have to carry his own supply. The making of stone tools was, of course, something taught to him as a child, and he would need it to keep them maintained and available. Metal would be something he could possibly find, but it would probably take a very long time to do so. He was ready. He would sleep one last night in the house and then go south. It was morning, and it was time to go. He had taken all he could from the house. He left one torch burning inside with the fire pit, and had also used part of it to leave a message. Hopefully one his family would understand. Go south. The rest of his inventory was as much as he could carry. He could carry more logs, true, but there'd be more trees in the south in the end. What he needed, really, was his own intelligence. It was time to go. Time to make his own destiny. First, he needed one last drink of the fresh water. And now. Off to the south.